Best budget RTX 3050 gaming PC build, that too Mini ITX edition. This video is gonna be super fun. Let's get started. Hey guys, Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be super awesome because I'm back with a brand new PC build video. So thing is, everybody knows, right, 3050 was launched a couple of weeks ago in India and lots of you guys were commenting in my recent video saying, hey Vimal, can you build like a best budget category gaming PC featuring 3050 on your channel? And I just had to do it for you guys. So guys, today in this video, along with the regular PC build, I'll be giving like my complete review on the 3050 card as well. We'll be talking about the performance, I'll be sharing a lot of gameplay benchmarks as well, and I'll also compare it with existing cards like 2060, 1660 Super, and I'll tell you like which is the best option for you in this budget. So make sure to watch this video till the end and don't miss any part as it can be quite crucial for you. Now keeping that aside guys, coming to the main topic, let me tell you the components that I'll be using for this build. And starting off with the CPU, first of all I told you this is like a budget category build, right? So for the CPU, I went with AMD's Ryzen 5 3600X CPU guys. It's a 6-core 12-thread CPU, 3rd gen from AMD, and let me tell you this is like a perfect combination for 3050. And for a budget purpose now, this is more than enough. You can do excellent 1080p gaming, and not just gaming, you can even do like creative works like your photo editing, video editing, everything aram se you can do on this configuration guys. So you'll get to see the performance also now in this video. Stay tuned for that. And best part is price guys. This CPU is only available for around like 21 or 22,000 rupees in India. So budget mein aa jayega. Now coming to motherboard, you can either go with like a B350 or B450 motherboard. I would advise you to go with something like a affordable category B450 like Gigabyte's B450 DS3H guys. Very affordable, 6,500. Perfect for the CPU, gets your job done. But thing is, I've told you right, we are going for a Mini ITX edition PC build in this video, and for that I needed a Mini ITX motherboard only. So I didn't have any other option but to use my good old AB350N from Gigabyte guys. Still works well in 2022, almost 4-year-old motherboard guys, and that is the only option, so I'm using this. You can go with something like a B450. And talking about the RAM, see for this configuration 16GB RAM would be like perfect guys. 16GB at 3200 something like that. I'm using iChill's 16GB kit 1822 clocked at 3200 MHz and has beautiful RGB lighting. So that is about the RAM. And talking about the cooling part, now this completely depends on your budget. If you're like very tight on a budget, then you can use the stock cooler that you get with the CPU only. That will get your job done at the moment, and you can save a bit of money over time and later go for something like a air cooler or maybe like a AIO cooler. And you know, I'd suggest something like this from Thermaltake guys. This is like perfect for like small and mini ITX form factor cases. It's their 120mm TH120 ARGB AIO liquid cooler. Perfect for this case. And talking about the case, this is a case we'll be using and it's from Fractal guys. So this is Fractal's all new Era Mini ITX case, and just look at that guys. It is so small and tiny, right? Very beautiful looking case and is available in like different colors. We have this beautiful cobalt blue edition, so that is what we'll be using for the build. And lastly, talking about the storage, just storage completely depends on you and your requirement guys. If you're tight on budget, go with something like a 256GB SSD. SSD is highly recommended, so go with something like that. And for a Mini ITX build, a small form factor power supply is required guys, and that is the reason we are using a SFX form factor power supply from Silverstone. It's a 700 watt power supply guys, and is perfect for this configuration. So that's it. These are all the stuff that we'll be using for today's PC build, and without wasting any more time, let's get started. And tada, we are finally done with the build guys, our RTX 3050 PC build in a Mini ITX edition using this fractal case. But let me tell you, it was like quite difficult than my regular builds because it's a Mini ITX case, right? So I had to struggle a bit with the components inside, placing and aligning them, and also connecting the cables and all that was like quite difficult and took almost double time compared to my regular PC builds like the one behind that. But anyways, final outcome looks like quite attractive. Just look at that PC build, very small and compact, right? We managed to fit a 3050 inside this thing. Awesome. So anyways, just have a look at these beautiful shots and I hope you enjoy the video. And here's the setup we'll be using for today. A 1080p monitor from LG and links for all the peripherals will be in the description box below. So as I've told you at the beginning, 3050 is primarily targeted for 1080p gaming. So we'll be doing all our gameplay benchmarks at this resolution only. We'll be playing a couple of our classic favorites, starting off with GTA 5. The game is running at 1080p ultra graphics with all the graphic options maxed out. So let's see how it goes.
You know, things right before the internet. Come on, move! With this dumb animal videos and celebrity vagina.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Now that was unexpected. On an average, we were getting around 95 to 100 FPS at 1080p Ultra. That is sick, right? Now GTA 5 is a well optimized game, that is what you can say. So it was running like buttery smooth on this configuration. Faced no sorts of lags or hiccups anywhere. But if you try a couple of recently launched AAA titles, then you'll get a bit less FPS guys. For example, when testing God of War at 1080p Ultra, I was getting around 48 to 50 FPS, which is a bit less than GTA 5, but on the overall it was still pretty great guys. You can play the game smoothly till the end. Turn the graphics a bit down to high settings and you can easily hit a consistent 60 to 65 frames per second. Same was the case with most of the other games also, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Watch Dogs Legion. At 1080p Ultra, I was getting around 40 to 45 FPS on these games, and turning the graphics a bit down to high settings was offering a consistent 55 to 60 FPS experience. So basically, you can play most of the AAA title games, even the newly launched one, at 1080p high settings with a rock solid 60 FPS frame rate. But if you want ultra graphics experience now, then you can expect only around like 40 to 45 FPS. And not only 1080p, I even tested games at 1440p resolution. I know it's not made for 1440p, but just sharing the benchmarks with you guys. At 1440p medium graphics, we were getting around 40 FPS on an average in games like Valhalla and God of War. Switching the graphics to very high preset was giving you only around 25 to 30 FPS. So based on this guys, I can say 3050 is a solid card for 1080p gaming. It is way better than AMD's recently launched 6500 XT. But you know, I was actually expecting the 3050 to be on par or even better than the 2060, but unfortunately that was not the case. 2060 is a 2-year-old card, but still it was performing faster than the 3050 by almost 9 to 10%. So if any of you guys have like a 2060 in your PC and were looking to upgrade to something like a 30 series card in 2022 around 40,000 budget, don't, it doesn't make any sense at the moment. Your 2060 still rocks in 2022, so hang on to that. Finally, to wrap it up and give you guys like a rough idea, 3050 stands in between the 1660 Super and 2060 and is not a major upgrade over the 1660 Super as well, as there's very minimum difference of only around like 5 to 6%. But one major advantage over the 1660 Super is 3050 supports ray tracing and DLSS, which you can't do on 1660 Super. So this can be a deal breaker for a lot of people. If you ask about the ray tracing performance, well, this is the most entry level 30 series card, right? So don't expect a lot. When ray tracing was enabled at 1080p medium graphics, we were getting around 30 to 35 FPS on an average. Ray tracing puts a lot of stress on the GPU, so this was expected, but not to worry, since you also got DLSS support, you can enable it to boost the FPS up to 45 FPS also, depending on the game. So that's it guys, that was how 3050 was performing when paired with a Ryzen 5 CPU in this configuration. What do you guys think about the card? Let me know your thoughts also in the comment section down below. See, to put it in simple words, if you already have like a 16 series card or maybe like a 20 series also, like a 2060, then this is not the one for you as it doesn't make any drastic performance difference. But if you're a newcomer building your gaming PC for the first time and that too targeted for like 1080p gaming and want ray tracing support also, then this card can actually be a good choice for you, provided you get it at a reasonable price. Nvidia told that their Founders Edition would sell for around 22,200 rupees in India, but it's nowhere to be found at that price. My Inno 3D Twin X2 OC Edition is available at around 35 to 36,000 rupees in India and might be the best choice for you. Also, one more thing I have to mention is, since we built the whole thing in a mini ITX case with no extra fans and everything blocked from all the sides, CPU was reaching quite high temperatures and was throttling after some time. So I would really advise you to use something like a liquid cooler like Thermaltake's TH120, which I showed you at the beginning, and that would be like an ideal choice for this case and would really make a big difference in the thermals. Anyways, here are the pricing details for this PC configuration. The whole thing will cost you around like 98,699 rupees to build a PC with the same exact configuration. Links for that will be in the description box below. You can check it out there. So that's it for today guys. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video and got to know everything about this build and 3050. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more new awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.